I think in recent weeks there's been this interesting turn towards Facebook and Twitter, and I think that could ultimately lead to another interesting turn towards Jared Kushner. People have forgotten that right after he became involved in the Trump campaign in June of 2016, he took over the digital media.
This is the president's son-in-law.
That's right. And there are another series of connections. If you start to connect some of those dots, you get to some really interesting things. Like, for example, one of the entities that Jared Kushner brought on board when he took over the digital campaign for Trump's presidential run was an outfit called Cambridge Analytica. Well, Cambridge Analytica, one of the big investors in Cambridge Analytica is a big GOP donor. Name may be known to your listeners, or certainly known to you, Robert and Rebecca Mercer. And one of the vice presidents of Cambridge Analytica, who resigned when he became involved in the campaign, was Steve Bannon. So there are all sorts of interconnections here that get lost in the shuffle. And my prediction is that when all is said and done, you wind up with, and I was a trial lawyer for 30 years in practice, and you realize that what you really need to do is, after you have all of the facts, what you then have to do is kind of put them together in a narrative way that allows the trier of fact, in this case the American people sitting as jury, to draw their own conclusions based upon facts. But the array of facts here is extraordinarily complex, so that one of the things that I've tried to do, I don't know to what extent I've been successful, but I've certainly tried, is in the same way that I would try to distill complexity for a jury, and I handled some pretty complex cases. You try to do that, the same thing here, and this is as complicated as any big complex piece of litigation that you could have.